To wait or not to wait? That is the question. So welcome to Fitness After 50 FAQs, and it is Peta and Sal here. G'day, Sal. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. There are so many benefits to lifting weights in regards to your health, your fitness, your well-being. And today we want to try and help you and encourage you to actually take that first step to lifting weights if you've never done it before. And we're not saying you have to go out and lift, great big huge weights. It's just start where you're at. And so the first tip that I'm going to give today, Sal, is in regards to increasing muscle strength. So what's going on in our bodies is that we are starting to decline in muscle strength from the age of 30. And it just slowly goes down as we get older. And, by the time we get into our 90s, we can be at 50% less than what we were in our 30s. So it's really, really important that we think about lifting those weights in some way. And so what we're doing there is we're putting a little bit of resistance on those muscles, which means they get stronger. And when they get stronger, it means that we can do everyday life activities a lot better. We get fitter and it reduces our risk of injury. That's my first tip. So let's start building some muscle strength. What about you, Sel? What's your first tip?
My first tip is self-esteem. Boost your self-esteem.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You feel better about yourself. You're standing taller, posture's better. And you just have a little bit of confidence, a little bit more confidence in yourself.
Yeah, I do like that. I know I feel strong, and there's certain exercises that you do that you go, I'm strong when I do this.
Yeah. And it puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
My second one is about bone health and density. So what's going to happen is if we lift those weights, we're going to improve our bone health and increase our bone density because we're pushing and we're pulling against some type of force which stimulates the production of new bone tissue. And of course, that means that, we are more at risk of osteoporosis, particularly once we go through menopause and after menopause. And so we want to reduce that risk of getting that, because it means that if we do have a fall, we're more then at risk of getting fractures and breaking bones. And we don't want that to happen. Yeah.
No. I'm going to take it into the joints. It's going to protect those joints. It's going to protect those joints. The muscles, the ligaments, all those tendons around those joints are going to get stronger, which they're going to protect those joints, and you're going to have more mobility and more flexibility.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Yeah. My next tip is in regards to metabolic benefits. So what happens is when we're strength training, we are, helping our metabolic function improve, which means we're going to maintain our muscle composition or lose a little bit of weight if that's what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Going on to that as well, my next tip is it's going to help with that abdominal fat. And as we age, that's where our, especially women with menopause and those sort of things, we tend to get a little bit bigger around the belly. But strength training is going to help that, because we have to use our stabilizing muscles or our core muscles to lift, to squat, to brace ourselves. So they're getting that, that, I can't think of the word, like indirect workout, indirect bracing and work in those abdominal muscles. So you're going to find that you'll probably lose a little bit around that tummy.
I like that, because that also means that, you're impacting the hormone production in your body as well too. And so that's going to mean that, you do lose that little bit around the belly, or that body fat that is starting to creep on as you're getting older. It's interesting because the metabolic function of our body doesn't really change until we hit our 60s, but for some reason we have in our head that it starts to slow down in our 50s, you know, our 40s, 50s. But the reality is it's the hormone imbalances that are changing because of menopause. So, you know, we've got it all going on, ladies. You know, we get to the 40s and 50s, you know, we've got menopause happening. Then when we get to the 60s, we've got, you know, the metabolic process starts to slow down for us. And then we get to our 70s, you know, and that's when that range of motion starts to decline. So, you know, we've got to be conscious of doing all the things that we need to do. Strength training is going to help us do all of those things.
Yes, yes.
So do you have any final tips, Sal?
My final tip, you know, I always go to this. Don't be scared. Get in there, do it. You know.
Yeah.
But if if you're not, if you are beginning, as you know, we are talking about this. If you are just beginning to do this, find someone who can guide you. But try and find somebody that you can relate to, and that breaks it down to you into layman's terms. Because there is so much information out there that sometimes you can just get overloaded and go nut too hard.
Yeah. Look, my final tip is that it's about functional fitness. It's about how you move in everyday life. So, you know, what's going to happen is when you lift weights, particularly the right type of weight training, what's going to happen is you're going to improve your endurance, your stability, your coordination, and it just means that everyday life just gets so much easier.
Easier, it does.
So thanks for joining me today, Sal.
Thank you, Peta, as always.
Thanks, ladies, for joining us for Fitness After 50 FAQs. Remember, if you've got a question, all you have to do is message Sal and I and ask us what that question is, and we will answer it for you. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.